Hello all. I welcome you all to get familiarized with Lady Macbeth, who has intrigued people for centuries now. One of the ways in which we can gain insight into her character is through her soliloquies. In this video, we will examine each of Lady Macbeth's soliloquies in turn, analyzing their content and discussing what they reveal about her character. Her first soliloquy takes place in Act 1, Scene 5, after she has read a letter from Macbeth, informing her of the witch's prophecy. In this soliloquy, Lady Macbeth reveals her ambition and desire for power. Glamorous thou art, and Cordo, and shall be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature, it is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. She fears that Macbeth is too kind to take the necessary steps to become king. She is willing to do whatever it takes to achieve their goals, even if it means being ruthless and manipulative. This soliloquy sets the stage for Lady Macbeth's subsequent actions and establishes her as a driving force behind Macbeth's rise to power. Lady Macbeth's second soliloquy takes place in Act 1, Scene 7, after she and Macbeth discuss the murder of King Duncan. In this soliloquy, Lady Macbeth shows her determination to convince Macbeth to follow through with their plan. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the baby that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums, and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this. Lady Macbeth compares her willingness to commit infanticide to Macbeth's reluctance to kill Duncan. She challenges his masculinity and accuses him of being weak. This soliloquy highlights her cunning and manipulative nature, and her adamant nature to achieve her goals. Third soliloquy falls in Act 2, Scene 2, after King Duncan have been murdered. In this soliloquy, Lady Macbeth reveals her guilt and anxiety over their actions. I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak? Lady Macbeth's guilt is so overwhelming that she hears imaginary sounds and thinks she hears Macbeth speak when he does not. This soliloquy shows her vulnerability and the psychological toll that the murder has taken on her. The fourth soliloquy falls in Act 3, Scene 2 after she and Macbeth discuss the murder of Banquo. In this soliloquy, Lady Macbeth shows her fear and paranoia over the consequences of their actions. Things without all remedy should be without regard, what's done is done. She advises Macbeth to move on and not dwell on the past. It reveals her anxiety and fear that their actions will come back to haunt them. Lady Macbeth is not as strong and determined as she appears. She is also affected by the guilt and consequences of their actions. Lady Macbeth's fifth soliloquy falls in Act 5, Scene 1, during her sleepwalking scene. In this soliloquy, she relives the guilt and horror of the murders committed. Out, damned spot! Out, I say! Lady Macbeth is trying to wash the imaginary bloodstains from her hands, revealing her deep sense of guilt and inability to escape the consequences of her actions. This soliloquy also shows Lady Macbeth's mental deterioration as she descends into madness. Lady Macbeth's sixth soliloquy takes place in Act 5, Scene 1, as she is being tended to by a doctor and a gentlewoman. Lady Macbeth speaks of the crimes she and her husband have committed and the consequences they now face. The Thane of F5 had a wife. Where is she now? What, will these hands ne'er be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. Humor all with this starting. She is fixated on the blood on her hands, which represents the guilt of the murders they have committed. She is haunted by the memory of the innocent people they have killed to achieve their goals. She also references Lady Macduff, who has been killed by Macbeth's men. Lady Macbeth's guilt and remorse are palpable in this soliloquy, and it highlights the tragic consequences of their ambition and desire for power. The final soliloquy takes place off stage in Act 5, Scene 5, as Macbeth hears of her death. In this soliloquy, Macbeth reflects on the brevity and meaninglessness of life. She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, creeps in this petty pace from day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage. Told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. In this soliloquy, Macbeth reflects on the transience and meaninglessness of life. He sees Lady Macbeth's death as a reminder that life is short and that all of our actions and ambitions ultimately lead to nothing. The metaphor of life as a walking shadow and a poor player highlights the fleeting nature of human existence. It is a poignant and powerful soliloquy that underscores the tragedy of the play. Lady Macbeth's soliloquies showcase her ambition, her determination, her vulnerability, her guilt, her anxiety, her mental deterioration, and ultimately her tragic fate. They also add to the overall themes of the play, including the transience of life and the consequences of ambition and power. So, did this video help you understand her better? Please tell me in the comments. Thank you for watching.